Welcome back, everybody, to F123. We're in the last few minutes of qualifying. Thankfully, we're at least going to be able to see that bit. So, we'll go on board with the people at the front of the queue. I believe it's Darth Vader, actually, who's out the front for everyone. A bit of lag there. Coming through the first sector, towards the end of the first sector, the split, not quite there. Towards the right-hander, I'm not the biggest... Oh, he's gone a bit wide there. Hit the curb slightly, the wall even, as we come towards the sphere section. So easy to look up here. Really watch out for that. As he does, he locks the rears and loses the car just that little bit. Oh, sorry. As we come through the rest of this slow section, and he's going to back out of that lap. Made that mistake really obvious there. Really unfortunate as well. And is that... Who's that? That's Yelta Korsman, who is currently a 10th down on his lap, coming into the strip very famous Las Vegas Strip coming down here. It's beautiful visuals. One of the longest straights on the calendar, I think. That's the stat. That might be wrong. I think it is. But anyway, coming towards the end of this, it's a hard braking zone into a very tight couple of corners. Really important to get this line pitch perfect, to get the best line possible. Going over the curb, sending it as much as you can without invalidating, and he's done that really well as he approaches the end of this flying lap now. He comes under the sponsor boards, round the corner, he's going to cross the line. Has he done enough to challenge for the top positions? No, he hasn't. Very unfortunate for him. We've got a McLaren coming across the line. Menno Nielsen goes second and stays second, so he's not going to do any more. Alessandro Finn goes sixth. Tristan goes eighth. That's the other Williams of Tuscalesman. He's pitting. Seb, I think that is. Oh no, it's not. It's I don't know who that was. They've retired. Anyway. Exo Fox has backs out of his lap, I believe, so he's going to be done with qualifying. So it's just Keanu Lizard. Can he do anything? No, he's invalidated his lap. Felipe Sousa, he's on a flying lap. Can he challenge for pole position? As he comes across the line, he can't, as he only goes P5. Just Socko to come across the line now to finish his flying lap. Can he challenge for the top positions? No, he cannot. So that is going to be your qualifying order at the end of a very short qualifying. Unfortunately for you guys, but it's Exafox from Menno Nielsen, from Alex Santana, from Leotold, Sousa, Korsman, Finn, Socko, Debecourt, Korsman, Miles, Danny, and Victor Widler, and then Seb, Darth Vader, Kryzex, and Timo Kuipers. Omi, wow. What was your thoughts on that?
Very, very interesting. The top five separated by 10th as well, 800ths of a second as well. So absolutely incredible. Close, very, very close around this very, very long circuit as well. Great to see the margins come down to 6,000 to 28,000. So absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be really a great race as well coming up with 17 drivers in the field. So cannot wait.
Very much agree with you there. So yeah, Vegas, as we said before, very exciting track for racing. So, I mean, really anyone can win in all honesty. We've seen that overtaking, very much is possible. So it's really interesting. Ooh, Exo Fox has got a 5-place grid penalty. I wonder if that might invoke a lobby restart. Hopefully not, but he did only get pole by 6,000ths of a second. So I'm sure Mano feeling very disappointed by that. So there's going to be a lobby restart to add more to this very chaotic Las Vegas qualifying. We're going to have a short lobby restart before the race. So we'll be back very shortly in time for that. Welcome back. As you can see, we are just loading into the lobby for the start of the Grand Prix. It has been a wait. It's been 42 minutes of waiting, but we're finally here, prepared to start, and it's gonna be a good one. Hopefully, it's gonna make up for the delays that we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so far this season, we've seen the very, very long delay that we had, around 30 minutes, over 30 minutes, where we started waffling on about pancakes and all sorts of stuff in that one. We've had a lot of delays, but the race was worth it. So let's hope it's the same in Vegas.
Yeah, well, Vegas is known for that sort of stuff, with the surprises. So, fingers crossed, it's all gonna be good. I'm sure it will be. When does F5 fail to produce some sort of chaos that's interesting to watch? But we'll see, we'll see. Hopefully these guys won't spend too long sorting out their strategies and setups, and we can get going as soon as possible.
Yep, absolutely. We will get going indeed. And when we do get underway, obviously we'll see how the strategy is all looking with that, and obviously we'll take a look and see how everything does go on the opening lap. Keeping your nose clean is going to be important to stay in contention all the way till the end of the race as well, or it does put you back. However, if you were to go to the back, still some opportunities to recover for some good points due to the overtaking opportunities around the circuit.
Well, here we go then for the start of the Grand Prix. We do have 5 red lights, and they've already gone. Hello?
Oh,
Doesn't matter. Going in towards turn 1, Exafox is leading. A Ferrari stayed on the grid. I don't know what happened. This game is shambles. Anyway, Exafox leading as we go around these first 2 corners. We've already got yellow flags. There's a Red Bull, I believe, that is spun round at the back. But Exafox is leading from Menno Nielsen, from Keanu Ledside, who's already followed by Tiers Korsman. He's going to try and have a look down the inside already, immediately into, I think, turn 4. But he's not going to be able to get the move done. Heading into the sphere section, still sat behind, and there's cars going side by side all behind. There's an Aston Martin of Tristan going down the inside. That is a very brave move, and I think he's made it stick. I don't know why the screen is deciding to freeze, but nonetheless, he's got ahead of the Alpine. The Alpine of Socko there, having to drop positions. Really unfortunate for him, but it's only the first lap. There's still 24 laps to get their positions back as we head almost to the end of the second sector as we go down the strip for the first time this race. Going down perfect overtaking opportunities as Keanu Liltard will want to take the most of that. Is he going to try and go for a move down the inside? I don't know why there is so much lag in this lobby. Holy moly, that McLaren is jumping all over the place. But Keanu Liltard stays behind as there's a few moves further back in the field. None for major positions there. It's Darth Vader getting into P12, and Timo Filbers as Victor Wilder is losing positions. I wonder if something's happened to him or he's just got a bad run. Exafox finishes the first lap to take us into the race. Take us into the second lap of this race. He's got a 5/10 lead to Menno Nielsen.
yeah, definitely a very interesting opening lap, but on our screen to the left, before the 5 red lights went out, and it was only Ferrari who was left on the grid. However, the opening lap has been navigated, and Tristan moves up to 5th position, getting past Felipe as well, and looks like Darth is also making a move on Seb. So a few drivers picking up some early positions as well. We have Tristan on the softs along with Zach Miles and Darth as well, with Victor on the mediums. Everyone else has elected to go for the hard compound of tyres.
Yep, indeed. So, those soft tyre runners will have a massive advantage compared to all those hard runners for this first section. So, I wonder if the hard guys will be going hard soft and taking the extra grip at the end. Definitely an interesting factor to take into account. So, Tristan will we'll keep an eye on him, as he's going to be the person who's going to be making the most moves, or at least theoretically, in this first stint at all. So, heading to the end of the second lap, very close on the straight. There's a Ferrari there going for a move. Is that Alex Santana? As he's defending positions. So who is that other Ferrari? Or was that an Alfa Romeo? Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place. I think that was Zach Miles actually making positions, not a Ferrari. My mistake there. But he is also on the soft compounder tyre, so he's going to be wanting to make up as many positions in this opening stint as possible. But keep an eye on Tristan. He's so close to the back of TS Korsman as he's braking very late there. As you can see how much more grip he has than the hard runners. He almost has to stop himself from going in the back of the other guys. As we head down this first DRS straight, as DRS is enabled this lap, gonna look out for any sort of overtaking opportunities. TS Korsman pulls out to try and have a look, and he outbrakes himself. He goes wide, and that invites Tristan through, who goes round the outside and in the sphere section does get the move done. Oh my goodness, and Korsman loses the car, hits the wall, and he's got front wing damage, so he's going to have to box now. So unfortunate for him, as he had a really good start to this race. He was in a good position, but now he's surely going to have to box. Although Max Verstappen drove without a right-hand plate in the actual Las Vegas Grand Prix, so maybe we'll see him persevere. In the meantime, Zach Miles directly behind him is also going to try and go for a move.
Yep, absolutely. Looks like Alessandro Finn also had some contact on the opening lap. He's admitted to it being his fault and has apologised to any drivers who it has affected. But now we've got DRS, so the changes will start coming in. And at the front of the field, looks like we're going to get a change for the lead as well. Menno is going to fight his way through. And this is the great thing at Vegas, where one car might go through, the other one will also try to follow through. Zach Miles has gone past as well, Tyrus Korsman. However, we obviously have the Aston Martin in third, also looking for the race lead at the same time. So it's always exciting here at Vegas when they're all tucked up together, where we see a lot of moves happening on one straight.
Speaking of, here's Axel Fox, very close to the back of Menno Nielsen there, but choosing not to go for the move there. You can see he had to back off then. He decided to stay behind and maintain that DRS advantage. So coming down this DRS straight, is he going to try and get the lead back? As we come down towards the right-hander, he pulls off to the right. He's certainly got the speed to do it, but he backs out. But the Aston Martin's behind him. They're going to swap positions as Tristan, that is going down the inside, are attempting to. No team orders here, even though Tristan is on the softs. He's not going to go for a move. So at the moment, Keanu, Leo Todd in P3, maintaining that for the time being.
Yeah, he's on the soft tire, so he's trying to fight his way through as well. And that includes trying to make some overtakes through as he's got the better tires at this stage of the race, but that will soon start fading away as well. But now we are onto the straight, so time for some more passes as well, and keeping inside that 1 second. They're all inside the 1 second, down to 10th, and you can see all of them in a train. And Exo Fox is surely going to be taking the lead down to the braking zone.
Yep, certainly, as he gets past on the straight, and both Aston Martins looking like they want to have a go as well, but only one does. It's Keanu, who's also having a little look at the lead, but manages to get P2. So Menno losing 2 positions now on one straight, and that just is what happens on long straights. If you have that DRS disadvantage, you're going to lose positions, and he's now losing another position to Tristan Derbacourt. As they go into turn 1, and Tristan is going to go down the inside. Is he going to be able to get the position now? As they still go side by side. To be fair, Menno Nielsen very brave there, keeping the car in side by side. And they're still going to go side by side. They both have DRS. This is excellent racing. It just depends who gets ahead into the corner. And it's going to be Menno Nielsen down the inside. But no, Tristan has the grip on the soft compounder tyres to stay round the outside. And now he has the inside advantage. Can he finally get the move done? And Menno's surely going to have to back out. No, but he's still side by side. These guys have been side by side for the entire first sector. Who's going to get the position out of these two? As they still maintain side by side. And the Mercedes has pulled out. Felipe Sousa having a look. And Zach Miles as well. Menno keeps P3 for now, but Tristan severely disadvantaged as he got damaged. He seems to be losing a lot of positions there. No, he doesn't. He's just very unlucky and drops down to P6.
Wow, absolutely phenomenal racing there. And now Felipe Sousa is also going to be in the system. So will Tristan as well on the soft compounder tyres. Felipe Sousa pulls alongside. While we might get a change for the lead, we are going to get a change for the lead. One Aston Martin's gone through, the other one is also trying to go on the attack. At the moment, you can see Tristan gaining. The Alfa Romeo of Zach Miles will pull over to the inside line to try to look for a move on Felipe. And they're going to remain in the same order on that straight. But yeah, we are seeing some great racing. They went side by side, corner after corner. So this is looking really, really good, and some drivers even risking it through the last corner. That's basically flat out, but it's always really tight as you go side by side through there and very close to contact. But look how close all of the drivers are together, and just like in Vegas, just like in real life, Vegas is delivering some fantastic action here.
I just noticed, you know the boards on the strip? Like all the little screens. One of them
Go
has
on.
like a video of all the drivers, and Nick DeVries is still on there. They need to fix that. Anyway, Tristan Derbycourt looking to overtake Zach Miles here, not quite able to do it for the time being, and they maintain this train. So Keanu Leotard into the lead of this race, and he's now dictating the pace. But it's a very close gaps between the top 10. So it really is all to play for. Anyone could take it at this point. So definitely keep an eye out on that. I don't think we'll see anyone really gaining a lot of positions, because when you have tracks with such long straights, especially long DRS straights, it's so difficult to get that gap.
Yep, definitely is. As now, here we go, on to the Las Vegas Strip once again. And we obviously do see quite a lot of overtaking, and sometimes the drivers might use a tiny bit of ERS. As you can see, Tyus Korsman getting onto the back of Tristan. Now he uses a bit of ERS to just make sure he's inching ahead. Fox retakes the lead at the front of the field. He's going to get the inside line. He's going to get the position, and Tyus Korsman is ahead of Tristan, and now he's going to try and get past Zach Miles as well. He's got great traction of the corner, and it looks like they're going to go side by side. They bang wheels as well, and we're now heading to the flat out final corner with the Williams having the inch ahead, and he is going to get ahead and get back onto the racing line ahead as well. So Tyus Korsman up to 5th, but Zach Miles is going to refuse to yield that position, because he's going to send one straight back to the inside line, and Tyus Korsman will have better traction of the corner, but Zach Miles is going to keep his foot in the long way around, and he's going to be inching back ahead. This is absolutely extraordinary stuff, and he is fully going to get back ahead. Incredible stuff by Zach Miles to fight his way back through, and nothing Tyus Korsman can do at the moment, and looks like Tristan's going to be put under pressure a bit by Socko, who's trying to go around the outside.
Yep, Alessandro Finn retiring from the session in the pits. Unfortunate for him, but in the meantime, Tristan Derbycourt and Maximilian Socko exchanging positions there in the sphere. We've got yellow flags. I think that's just the car retiring in Sector 1. But yeah, very entertaining racing there. Everyone incredibly brave to keep their foot in and try and, you know, overtake or defend. So it's really good to see. But in the meantime, Fox leading as we go into the strip, and I'm sure we'll see another exchange of the lead as we go down this long straight. Las Vegas is a beautiful track. Keanu Leotard overtaking once again, taking the lead again. No surprises there, really. That's kind of what we expected. Menno Nielsen as well, getting into P2. We're seeing this every lap, just the exchange of positions. So yeah, it's good entertainment for sure. But yeah, it is a beautiful, like the strip is so nice to race against. Anyway, Mercedes or Felipe Sousa going for a move there. They nearly go 3 wide into turn 1, but it's Menno Nielsen on the inside of Fox. Fox, oh, very wide there, very wide line. And Felipe Sousa is going to get a bit of an advantage as they go round the outside. And he loses that advantage, obviously, when he switches to the outside. But he does get the overspeed and manages to overtake Fox. So it's now Leotard from Nissan, Sousa, Fox, Korsman.
Yeah, absolutely. And Felipe Sousa running very, very wide indeed as well. And he's hit the wall, tapped the wall a tiny bit as well, as Zach Miles is now going to go to the inside line off Tyus Korsman, and he's going to get that position as well. So these guys really, really exchanging position. But as you said, not really surprised when we are seeing the constant changes for the lead with how long that DRS straight is as well. It's providing some brilliant and fantastic action, and then through the next few sequences, corners all the way through turn 1 towards turn 4, 5, 6, all of these corners. Also, we're seeing the battles continue through from the Vegas strip, so it's really the battles are continuing for quite a bit. So that's really what we like to see, as Menno now is going to try and retake the lead.
Yep, coming down the Las Vegas strip, overtakes Felipe Sousa as well as in P3. Still, oh my goodness, are you lagging as well, or is it just me?
I think it's just you.
Oh,
well, I was lagging earlier. I was lagging earlier, but luckily it's now fixed itself.
All the cars just jumped on the strip. Scared me a little bit. Anyway, it's Menno Nielsen leading this race now, and I believe that was someone coming to the pits. Is that Felipe Sousa? It is, having the first pit stop of this race. So He is going to presumably go on to the mediums. That's a very early stop. It's a front wing change, so he must have had damage of some sort that we didn't realise. Big damage. And those mediums are going to have to go 16 laps to the end.
Yep, they absolutely will as well. As now we see Zach Miles battling with Soccer. Seb has retired, and we are going to be seeing Zach Miles with the inside line, and with that position, Soccer will try fight back as well. But yeah, the first few pit stops happening, and it's Soccer gonna risk one to the inside line. That is gonna be close to contact, and they make their way through the corner with Zach Miles still ahead. But Soccer really wants to make the move. He was risking it to the inside line there, and they made their way through in one piece, but still. The Alpine driver behind the Alfa Romeo, but he is definitely going to try and change that. And Tyrus Koolman, as it stands at the moment, will need to use a bit of ERS to get back inside the 1 second because he's not in it right now. Now he is, but let's see through the detection point. It looks like he is going to be behind now the 1 second, but we'll see if he is going to get it. Doesn't look like he is going to be getting it on this straight. However, Zach Miles also dropped out. That means Soccer is going to be on the back of him.
Yeah, a wonderful exchange of positions here. Everyone pulling out a lot of exchange of positions as we go towards the end of the strip. I'm lagging every single time we get to the end of this corner. I've no idea what it is. It's kind of worrying me, but it doesn't really matter. I think we're all right. So Darth Vader pulling out. Is he going to look for a move on anyone? No, not quite. So it's 9 laps in. These soft tyres are 9 laps old. Do you think we're going to see some pit stops soon as Zach Miles goes to the inside of Darth Vader? Again, these soft guys just changing positions. Also, I think Menno Nielsen and Keanu Leotard had a bit of exchange there for the lead. But the soft tyres surely coming to the end of their window.
Yeah, surely coming a tiny bit to the end of their window as well, and we're going to see them start fading away as well. However, they are still right now very eager to do battle, and they absolutely are still doing battle amongst some of the hard runners as well, but doing battle amongst themselves. But yeah, definitely we'll be seeing the pit stops happen soon as the softs start fading away, as Zach Miles battles away with Darth Vader as well. So yeah, I think we'll definitely be seeing the pit stops happening soon. We'll see what the drivers do come up with their strategy.
Yeah, we will. So, starting to see a bit of a gap form as TS Korsman, I think, got out of the DRS and hasn't been able to get back in. So we're starting to have a top 3 form of Menno, Keanu, and Exafox. So those guys really need to use this opportunity to work together and escape the other guys. But Keanu Leotard going into the lead. So this is probably what they want to do, exchange the DRS to maximize its potential to get away from the other guys. So you'll see that gap increase every single lap. And it's just about keeping it clean, and you know, as long as all their overtakes are on the straight, they're not going to lose any time.
Yep, absolutely. So we did see there Danny also making the move on Tyrus Coolman, but he was so late on the brakes that he almost hit the back of Soccer. So that's a crucial thing as well, getting on the brakes, and when you are in a train, not hitting the cars ahead. So there's been a bit of an issue for some of the drivers, even making some of the corners as well. But here we go. Menno is going to now try and make the move, and he's going to go to the inside line, and he is going to take the race lead. Not on the Vegas strip, but he still used a bit of ERS to fight his way through. So he's now into the race lead as well. Exafox still in there as well with the top 3, and then we have a bit of a gap to Soccer, who are in a tiny bit of a different DRS stream, but they're trying to get back in, as it's 1.4 seconds now, but they're going to try get in, and we're also probably going to see quite a lot of changes with once the pit stops happen with how the trains are looking.
Yep, I agree. So, lap 11 of this race. The fact that those soft tyres have gone for 10 laps, I mean, that's essentially half the race. Is tyre wear really that low? So, I mean, that would mean pit stops in the next, like, what, 4 laps? And everyone could potentially pit at the same time. So maybe the soft tyres are the way to go, as Leotard getting back into the lead, and Danny Coe getting into 4th place. So it's just about watching what these guys do. I think they're certainly struggling because these guys are slowly dropping down the order, all the soft runners. So I think now is probably the perfect time to pit for them. And then that means we'll see pit stops with 15 laps to go. With 10 laps to go for the soft runners. And as I say that, all of the soft runners pull into the pits. As what was that from Maximilian Socko? I didn't exactly see what happened, but he was like stationary on the pit entry.
Yeah. That's exactly what I saw. I didn't even fully see other than him being stationary and losing a position there.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So the top three guys now need to use this as a time to get ahead of everyone and just maximize their stint, because these medium guys are going to be coming right after them. So really, if you've stayed out, you need to be boxing this lap, otherwise you're really susceptible to the undercut. But they've gone for mediums, not softs, which is interesting. So the actually, no, why would they? They were on the softs before. My bad. So yeah, onto the mediums for the rest of the race now. So they'll be on very quick tyres, but on the contrast, or not on the contrast, but the hard guys, when they pit, they'll be on the softs, which are even quicker tyres. So if they maximise the medium stint for the next 3-4 laps before the hard guys pit, that's really going to give them an advantage, because remember, the gap was only about 1.5 seconds separating third and fourth, which was the top two groups. So it's really just who's gonna risk the strategy, who's gonna go with it, who's gonna maximize it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. Another exchange for the race lead as well. And we're going to have Timo, who is on the hard compound of tyres, re-overtake Felipe Souza, who has come into the pits and made a pit stop. But right now, we're still waiting for the top 7 to come into the pits. And there we go. Yep, there we go. As Mena comes in, and so does Leated as well. So now we're starting to see a few more pit stops from the drivers, as Alex Santana picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate there. But I think he wasn't too near the top anyway, on the actual order. So, back racing, and Menno Nielsen leading this way, leading the pack, but only by 3/10 to Keanu Leotard, who is only 6/10 in front of Jelta Korsman. So in one lap of or was it one or 2 laps of undercut? I think it's just one lap of undercut has gained about a second, which is huge, really incredible to see. So that means Exafox is going to be very vulnerable when he boxes, which I'm sure will be at the end of this lap. There's no way risking staying out anymore. It's worth it. So Exafox potentially hanging himself out to dry here. Luckily, Menno Nielsen managed to pit at the exact right time to maintain this lead, and he's just got to push now and just hope for the best, really, as we've got yellow flags in the middle sector. Not exactly sure what happened. Hopefully no one's got any big damage. But we'll watch Exafox now as he approaches the pit lane. He's really got to be the one who pits now. As we said, otherwise he's going to be really susceptible to undercut. He's on the left side of the track. He is coming in for sure. So now it's just about watching where Menno Nielsen comes out, and you can see how close he is to turn 1 already. It's going to be. It looks like it's going to be a huge gap. It just depends. It's only a short pit by the looks of it. So coming round the start-finish straight, and Exafox will be dropping down the order already into P7, and he's not even fully out of the pits yet. He's going to be side by side with Tristan Derbicourt and has to concede position, so he's gone from top 3 to 8th place now. That is really unfortunate for him. So that undercut, overcut even, not working out for him, although he is going to overtake Tristan as we go into the heavy braking zone, but the undercut clearly the way to go here. 1 lap and gained the other guys about a second, which is insane to see. So now provisionally Menno Nielsen leads from Keanu Leotard by Socko, Miles, Exafox, Derbicourt, Vader. It's so weird to say Darth Vader. Korsman. Are the Williams guys brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. I thought I just saw the name twice earlier. I never really processed that. Anyway, Keanu Leotard into 3rd place, but that is actually really cool. And they're in the same team. Sorry, I just got off track then. So everyone in a huge group again. The top 9 all bunched up together again.
Yeah, absolutely. But Felipe Souza has more laps than everyone as well. Everyone else, however, we are going to see a change for second position, as obviously Felipe Souza did come into the pits much more early on. He's got a 1.1 second advantage, which he does will surely try and get into as well. But now we have Keanu in 2nd position, Menno in 3rd, and then we have Socko currently running in 4th, Zach Miles in 5th. These guys all glued together as well as Exafox. And then we have Dark Raider under a bit of pressure by Tristan, who isn't going to be able to find a way through. However, Danny also can't get past the first of the Korsman brothers, with Jelty Korsman running in 11th position right now. But yeah, we did discover that in the first round. I think even I was a bit confused as well, but I think someone said in the live chat, so it was great to see that both of them in the same team racing. As Xfox now is also going to try to get past Zach Miles with the inside line, and Xfox is going to make that move.
Yeah, so lap 15 now. We've got 10 laps to go, and it's just going to be a sprint on the mediums. Can Felipe Sousa hang on with his slightly older tyres? I think it will be very difficult because they'll be very worn by the end of the race. So it's really between Keanu, Menno, Maximilian. But then again, we see so many overtakes, and Xbox has got 2 lap pressure tyres than Maximilian Socko, a lap pressure tyres than Menno and Keanu, and already he's back up into 5th place. So I think he came out in 8th, and he's already back up into 5th. So he's really doing well. Definitely has a chance for this win still, especially with how close it is, and it's just about getting the run. Meanwhile, the lead switches positions again as Felipe Sousa gets overtaken by Menno there, or at least they're fighting side by side. Menno tried to come from really far back, but just was not able to do it. So he is going to have to settle for P3 for now.
Oh, contact. Alex Santana and Jelty Korsman have made contact. They were battling for position as well, so they've had a bit of contact, but they are going to continue going. We'll see if any front wings need changing, but they are going to be able to continue now as Krysix comes into the pit lane, but he needed to make his pit stop as he hadn't yet.
In the meantime, Menno nearly losing positions there as we went through turn 1, but he's just managed to defend, and now he's still under pressure from Maximilian Socko, who looks like he's going for a move, but isn't quite, and settles for P4. In the meantime, Exafox just looking, trying, waiting for a gap to come so he can overtake as well as he tries to have a look around the outside, but Maximilian goes defensive. Really good defensive driving from the Alpine as Exafox is forced to sit in P5 for now. So, lap 16 out of 25. Keanu Little leading the way by 6 tenths to Felipe Sousa. Oh, is it Sousa or Sousa? I don't know. Anyway, Menno Neeson is in 3rd place from Maximilian Socko, and Xfox is in 5th at the moment. We come down the strip again. Are we going to see another exchange of positions? I'm expecting so. There we are as Xfox goes round the outside. Well, I guess it's a straight, so they're going side by side towards the braking zone. Is he going to get the move done before the braking zone? Not quite, but also an exchange for the lead. It's Felipe Sousa back into the lead on the older medium tyres. Gets back into the lead race. Maximilian and Socko going side by side with Xfox. Xfox into P4, and Menno down. Menno into P2. Keanu down into P3 as he's still fighting as they go side by side, and they're potentially going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Not quite. Keanu backs out, but Xbox is looking. He's hungry. He knows he can get this move done, but he goes a bit wide and isn't going to be able to do it. Zach Miles is also now in the fight, looking for a move to be made as well. So, Felipe Sousa leading from Menno, from Keanu. Menno looks like he's going to go for the lead now of this race. Keanu going to try and get 2nd place. And Exafox as well, also trying to overtake Felipe Sousa. So, on this first sector, we've had so many overtakes. Exafox still trying to have a look, but Felipe Sousa manages to defend 3rd place. So, Exafox now even potentially conceding a position to Zach Miles, but he goes defensive. Is he going to be able to maintain 4th? Yes, he is. But Maximilian Socko now overtaking Zach Miles. He gets the switch back on him. They're going to go side by side through this whole section into the heavy braking zone. Not quite as the Alpine switches position. Switches now to the inside, switches to the outside, and isn't going to get the move done. That was a very entertaining couple of sectors there. Overtakes happening left, right, and centre.
Yep, absolutely. Onto the straight we go once again. Exafox is now going to have a chance as we're going to see another change for the lead. We're going to see Nishjan being passed as well. Exafox now still going side by side in the battle for 3rd position. And it is going to be really tight as they head on the brakes, but Exafox is going to get ahead. But that was some great bit of battling between all of the drivers. But yeah, Menno has been overtaken there as well. So it's Kino now in the race lead. Exafox is in 3rd position. Then it's Felipe Sousa, and all of these drivers going from the attack to defense, back to attack. It's absolutely phenomenal to see as Zach Miles is going to throw one to the inside of turn number 1, and Felipe Sousa does give him room and does concede that position for the time being. But with the amount of opportunities you have at Vegas to repass, going to have a chance, but it's going to have to be tucked up because obviously everyone in this train does have a bit of DRS. Soccer now is also going to try and get to the inside line and try get past Felipe Salza, and he is going to get past as Soccer moves up to 5th.
Wow, a very entertaining bit of racing there. Just like real life, I think this has definitely met the expectation of entertaining us. Only 7 laps left of this race. It's really anyone's opportunity to win this race. Anyone from the top 8 or 9 at least. Maybe not quite 9, but yeah, definitely anyone's name still able to win this race. It's really close, and everyone is changing positions all the time. I don't know if anyone's actually led 2 consecutive laps of this race, but in the meantime,
That's just how it's been.
That's just how it's been. Yeah. It's nice to see though, because I think in a lot of the higher tiers, you know, when everyone's perfect as Menno now into the lead of this race, when everyone's, you know, a lot more like perfect every single lap, you just get a lot less of this competition. So it's nice to see just a bunch of fights, some more scrappy than others. But yeah, really nice to see. Anyway, as we start lap 19 of this race, it's Menno from Keanu, from Exafox, from Zach Miles, from Maximilian Socko. Omi, please tell me your predictions. Oh, it's Alex Santana. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, safety car.
Oh, with the safety car. Safety car. I was just about to ask for your predictions. But to add to this chaotic race, we now have a safety car.
Yeah, and a lot of drivers will be pitting for the soft carbon tyres. So I think predictions might be. I think we'll get predictions once we see who's decided to stay out, who's come into the pit lane, because they haven't obviously been. They haven't catch the safety car yet, as obviously they were making their way through the opening few corners. So they're going to get another lap, so they won't be held up at all. So they'll be able to do. They'll be able to make their pit stop basically on this lap as well, and we'll see. How it goes, and then we'll see who decides to stay out, because there'll surely be about maybe 1 or 2, or they might all decide to pit. Sometimes we usually see a bit of a split, sometimes we see all of them, so we'll see what happens, and then maybe we can get some predictions in on how this is going to end. But yeah, the safety cars definitely spiced it up quite a bit.
Yeah, so I expect either oh my goodness, Menno just went off the track. I think he's just lost his front wing. He's lost his right front end plate.
Oh.
He just went wide into the corner just before the strip and hit the wall, and he's missing an end plate, so he's definitely going to pit now, surely. I mean, I was expecting everyone to pit for soft tyres anyway, but he's now got wing damage, which is going to cost him 5 seconds or so, so I don't think he can really afford to change his front wing as well. I don't know, that's really interesting. That's really unfortunate for him.
Well, we'll see what happens now. Well, we are expecting them in the pit lane, but the question is, are we going to be seeing a front wing change? That is the question now.
Yeah, so everyone's going to pit now just because Menno did.
Yeah.
At least, so into the pits. Is he going to? Yeah, he's changing his front wing. So that is going to cost him. Poor guy. Honestly, unfortunate. He's been overtaken by Keanu.
Yeah.
And Tristan's going to have to double stack, so that's unfortunate. Zach Miles into second place. I think Exafox was held back. No, Exafox is in second. So it's now Keanu from Exafox, from Zach Miles, from Maximilian Soccer, from Felipe Sousa, and Menno going from first to 6th. That is just unfortunate, man. Just that little bit of damage. So avoidable as well. Got to feel for him.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
yeah. So, we're going to get started at what lap? To be probably the end of this lap, everyone will catch up. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laps of racing altogether. Alex Santana crashed in the game apparently. Very unfortunate for him. But yeah, Menno is going to be so annoyed by that, and I don't know if he's going to have time to catch up and get to the front again. It's going to be a very good question to see if he will.
Yeah, absolutely. So going to be interesting then all the way till the end of this one now. Definitely opened the door for Menno now to try and do the best he can right at the end, and a bit of a recovery drive, and there's going to be chaos, so we'll see what happens. It's not over till it's over, but that's definitely cost him, and it's going to be really hard to get back right to where he was.
Indeed. So Um, yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait for the safety cars to end, probably this up, and we'll get going.
Yep, so we'll see what happens. Then, with all of that, now and see if we are going to be going back as well. However, obviously, we have seen so far this season we've had a lot of last lap battles all the way till the end. So definitely, with how it's looking right now, we're going to be heading to the same territory. But the safety car is staying out. So has it been 2 laps behind the safety car so far?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 laps. You're right.
Yeah.
Was it one
So
lap even?
yeah. So it should be in at the end of this lap then.
Oh, so we're only gonna have 4 laps of racing. Game.
Yeah,
Now I've got some
absolutely.
softs. We don't need the tyre menu up anymore. Let's have a look at position change. Zach Miles making up 8 positions. Darth Vader as well, 8 positions. Really good job by those guys. Yeah, no track limits penalties so far, which is nice. Don't really see that very often.
Yep, you don't see that too often. Kryzik has retired to become our 4th retirement of the Grand Prix as well. Along with, obviously, Alex Santana, Seb. So, disappointing day for Ferrari. And Alessandro Finn as well, who had contact on the opening lap as well.
The sphere
But,
looks so good in this game.
yeah.
Did they add it recently? Because I was playing the game before, and I'm sure it wasn't in it. And I noticed it. I think it was during the Las Vegas event thing that happened. And I thought it was new.
Yeah, I'm actually unsure, really. I haven't been paying attention to it.
I don't know, maybe I just never noticed it. That's also possible.
Yep. So might have been added recently as well. However, obviously Ferrari did have that special livery. We can't show you it anymore as both cars have retired, but they did obviously have the special livery here as well in the game, along with obviously real life, as so did almost every team, really.
Yeah.
But we should be getting back to green flag racing then, as we are making our way to the end of this lap. So you should be getting the message that the safety car is coming into the pits. And we're about to go back to green flag racing conditions with Keno leading right at the front of the field. And it's going to be a really interesting race all the way till the end.
Yeah, certainly. So there is the confirmation. Safety car in this lap. And we're going to have a 4-lap sprint to decide the winner. So, when's he going to get underway? We're right on board with Xbox to see if he gets the jump. Nearly at the end of the lap, he seems to be waiting as long as he possibly can, or just to catch Xbox by surprise, and there he goes. Xbox was not caught napping at all. Very close to the end, he knew exactly where he was going. But he's reacted very quickly. Going into turn 1, no position changes there for the time being at least. As we come around this second corner, long sweeping right-hander, and it's still Keanu in the lead, not really any threat of being challenged. Zach Miles in 3rd, Maximilian Soccer in 4th, Felipe Sousa still in 5th, so not really any sort of chaos in this first section. As we get to the sphere, and it's still very close between these guys. We've still got 3 laps after this one, so it's really just a sprint. You want to make your moves on the last lap, at least on the probably on the Las Vegas Strip is probably the best place to do it. So I think everyone will be a little bit more hesitant than they have been in the first stages of this race.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm about to go on to that Las Vegas Strip. Let's see who's going to be trying to make an early move as well. A lot of the drivers now using a tiny bit of ERS. Tyus Korsman makes his way past Darth Vader as well, but we're surely going to be getting a few more passes as well. You can see Xbox getting very close to the race lead, and he's going to pull out of the slipstream and go to the inside line, heading down onto the brake. So he's going to take the lead at this stage, but we're probably going to get a lot of changes with that. Then here are the drivers now. Felipe Sousa trying to go around the outside. These are the drivers trying to make the crucial moves right now to put themselves in a position to be able to fight for that win on the last lap. And to do so, they've got to get themselves up to 3rd or 2nd if they want to have a fight. And Felipe Sousa trying to fight his way through. He's up to 4th position as Victor Edler also passes Darth Vader. But it's really now going to be all of the drivers trying to make some moves as Darth Vader puts a very late lunge back on Victor Riddler and runs it all out of road. However, Timo is not going to be able to capitalize on that one. But now, with DRS opening next lap, it's going to be really exciting to see who's going to be able to make some moves and who's going to come out on top, and what kind of DRS tactical strategies are we going to see come into play.
Yeah, really interesting to think about that. I mean, at the moment, Exafox leading the way and controlling this pace. But I think if Keanu is in second place, you know, this time next lap, he's got a really good shot at getting the win. You know, he'll have the DRS, he'll have the slipstream, and I mean, Exafox could drop as low as 4th even, if he's unlucky. So, onto the Las Vegas Strip for the 3rd to last time this race at least, and there's a bit of a gap actually between Exafox and Keanu Leotard with pretty much the same ERS, but that's going to come down drastically as we go all the way down this DRS straight as the DRS is activated. There's no DRS activated yet, of course, it's only just a bit after a safety car. That's going to be next lap that DRS is activated, so maybe Exafox is pushing now to just try and break the DRS barrier if he can, and he's already got 9/10. They're both using a lot of ERS. I'll even bring up the ERS for you. Exafox has just completely drained his battery. I'm really sorry for exposing your ERS, man, but it's interesting to look at. And he's not really done enough. And Keanu Leotard also low on ERS. So now Zach Miles, the guy who started not very far up in P11, potentially in the driving seat with his ERS level at the end, he could really go for a move, as Keanu is barely any, but we're on the penultimate lap of this race, so this is when everyone needs to get into their preparation for the final lap, and Maximilian Socco is already losing out to Felipe Sousa as they go side by side into the sphere, but he does have the inside line. Socco side by side with Sousa, not leaving much room, and they do make contact, and how is that Alpine still not spun around, as you can see him drifting around there after the contact was made, after a really clean race so far actually. I think that's the first bit of contact we've had all race.
Yep, along with, except obviously the one we had, which well included Alex Santana as well, with the contact we had in the last sector between him and another car. However, Zach Miles now is going to try to take second position, and he has the ERS. He's going to put himself with a good position heading on to the final lap to take this victory, and he might even go for the race lead right now on this penultimate lap. So let's see, he's actually going to pull alongside, but he might want to sit behind, and you can see Exafox is also getting out of the throttle, so you can see now the DRS play coming, the DRS tactical play coming into play now as Zach Miles, and they both don't want to have this, and you can see they're all backing up, and who's going to take the position now? Felipe Sousa is going to go to the inside. We've got a big train now as we're about to go into the final lap of the race.
What is going on? I have no idea. Everyone's equal. No one wants to be in the lead. Felipe says, oh no, Menno Nielsen spins round. The man who was leading this race now dropping down to the back, but unfortunately we have to focus on who's in the lead. It's Zach Miles even. From Maximilian Soccer, where did he come from? I have no idea. Felipe Sousa in 3rd, and it's now just a drag race to the end of this corner. Surely Zach Miles doesn't want to lead, but unfortunately, actually no, Maximilian Soccer does. So if Zach Miles can play this right, he can get in a good position, but Felipe Sousa is still there. So Zach Miles is now in the driving seat. We'll have another really quick look at ERS. Everyone on around 30 or less %. Zach Miles in a really good spot though. He can really make this work. It's now though that he's got to make it count. I think Maximilian Socco, by getting into the lead, has really shot himself into the foot. So as we go into this corner just before the strip for the very last time, and Zach Miles is surely going to be in the spot that he wants to be in as we go onto the strip. Now is the time to get the moves done. Zach Miles behind Maximilian Socco there. You can see the DRS. He's got it. He's activated it. He's already alongside. He's already into the lead. And he's going to be leading this race. Can Felipe Sousa make it a 2nd place? Yes, he can. And as Maximilian Socco dropping from 1st to now 4th as Exafox gets into position. But Zach Miles is going to be in the lead of this race. Felipe Sousa gets 2nd, and this contact, Maximilian Socco is round. After such a good past few laps, he's now lost position, but Felipe Sousa is making a drag race to the line. They both have got no battery. Felipe Sousa round the outside on this last lap, and he's not done enough. By 600ths of a second, Zach Miles wins in Vegas. Victory is his. Felipe Sousa, 62 thousandths of a second, gets 2nd place. Exafox is 3rd. Tristan Dubbercourt is 4th. T.S. Korsman in P5 by 9 thousandths of a second to Tristan. Danny Coe is in 6th. Keanu Little goes down to 7th in the end. And that is your top 7 for this race. What a chaotic end to this Grand Prix. Absolutely amazing stuff. And Zach Miles from 11th wins in Vegas. He gets victory in Las Vegas. And it's a stunning drive by him.
Wow, absolutely incredible stuff. I do not know what to say about those last few laps. That was an absolute brawl, all the way, side by side to the line. Driver sending it left, right, center. The safety car brought everyone together. No one wanted to lead. I said the DRS tactical game would come into play, and it absolutely did. Right at the end, when no one wanted to lead, it backed everyone up. So if there was about a few tens gap, that was brought down to absolutely nothing. They were all together, and we were running around almost 4 wide, heading down to turn 1, or going on to the final lap, and they continued to scrap all the way through till the end.
Yeah, so there is your final finishing order. Zach Miles even wins in Vegas from Felipe Sousa, from Exafox, Tristan Dubercourt, Korsman, Exafox getting that fastest lap, by the way. 6th place is Danico from Keanu Little, Wilder, Keepers, Timo Kuipers, I'm going to say. Maximilian Socko down in 10th at the end. At least he got a point from that, but that's really unfortunate. From Menno, from Jelta Korsman, Darth Vader, and then DNFing is Kryzex, Alexantana, Seb, and Alessandro Finn. There is the race director for you guys. But yeah, a very entertaining race at the end there.
Yep, absolutely entertaining all the way right till the end, as you said, and all of the action came right at the end with the incredible finish that we had, but no one wanted to lead at all, and it came down right till the end, and we saw some phenomenal action at the end, but a lot of drivers obviously losing out with some contact, as all of the drivers obviously get a bit greedy on the last few laps, send one to the inside, and it meant that we did have a lot of contact, and there was also a car who lost his front wing when we had about the 4 wide moment going down onto the last lap as well. So yeah, absolute chaos, and was really also entertaining as well. But yeah, the drivers did go really crazy a bit on those last few laps, as expected. It's the final lap of the race, so they're all trying to make the moves and sending one to the inside.
Yeah, wow. So that is going to be everything for this week. Next weekend, it's Vegas this week, so next week is going to be Austria. So make sure you guys join us for this. That's what should be another very entertaining race. Obviously, Austria being a lovely track for racing. So we will see you then. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.